Kabir Das, a name that resonates through the corridors of time, a voice that transcends the barriers of language, religion, and social status. Born in the 15th century, in a time when society was rigidly divided along caste lines and religious boundaries, Kabir emerged as a beacon of truth and wisdom. His teaching, steeped in the essence of spirituality, love, and humanity, continue to inspire millions. Today, let's delve into the philosophy of Kabir Das, exploring how his timeless messages are not just relics of the past, but relevant lessons for our modern lives. At the heart of Kabir's teachings lies the concept of unity. He emphasized the oneness of all existence, a radical notion in his time and even today. Kabir believed that beneath the surface differences of religion, caste, and creed, there exists a shared essence that binds us all. He challenged the conventional practices of ritualistic worship that often divided people, urging followers to look beyond the external and connect with the divine within. In his verses, he often questioned the superficiality of religious practices, asking, "Why do you seek God in temples and mosques when He resides in your heart?" This call to introspection is as relevant today as it was then, reminding us to seek authenticity in our spiritual journeys rather than getting lost in the trappings of organized religion. Kabir's poetry is filled with metaphors that illustrate his philosophy. He spoke of the river as a symbol of the soul and the ocean as the ultimate reality. Just as rivers flow into the ocean, individual souls merge into the divine. This imagery invites us to reflect on our own lives, to consider how we often get caught up in our individual identities, forgetting that we are part of a larger whole. In a world that often promotes division and competition, Kabir's message of unity is a gentle reminder that we are all interconnected. It urges us to foster compassion and empathy, to recognize that the struggles of others are our struggles too. Another significant aspect of Kabir's teachings is his critique of materialism and attachment. He lived in a society that revered wealth and status, yet he chose a path of simplicity and humility. His verses often highlight the transient nature of material possessions, urging us to look beyond the physical and seek spiritual fulfillment. He famously said, "The wealth of the world is like a mirage. It dazzles the eyes but leaves the heart empty." In today's consumer-driven society where we are constantly bombarded with messages that equate happiness with material success, Kabir's wisdom is a breath of fresh air. It challenges us to reconsider our priorities, to find joy in the intangible, the love we share, the experiences we create, and the connections we forge. Moreover, Kabir's teachings emphasize the importance of self-realization. He believed that true knowledge comes from within, not from external sources. He often spoke of the Guru as a guide who helps illuminate the path, but insisted that the ultimate journey is one we must undertake ourselves. The true Guru is within, he proclaimed, encouraging seekers to turn inward for answers, rather than relying solely on external authorities. In a world filled with noise and distractions, this message resonates deeply. It invites us to cultivate mindfulness, to listen to our inner voice, and to trust our intuition. It's about taking ownership of our spiritual journeys, recognizing that we hold the key to our own enlightenment. Kabir also had a unique perspective on love. For him, love was not merely an emotion, but a transformative force that transcends the boundaries of the self. He often referred to love as a bridge to the divine, a means through which we can experience the ultimate truth. Where there is love, there is God, he wrote, encapsulating the essence of his philosophy. In our fast-paced lives, where relationships can sometimes feel transactional and superficial, Kabir's emphasis on love as a spiritual practice encourages us to cultivate deeper connections. It challenges us to approach our relationships with compassion and understanding, recognizing that love is a powerful tool for healing and transformation. Furthermore, Kabir's teachings advocate for social justice and equality. He was a voice for the marginalized, often speaking out against the injustices faced by the lower castes and the poor. His poetry reflects a deep empathy for the suffering of others, urging society to dismantle the structures that perpetuate inequality. In a world still grappling with issues of discrimination and social injustice, Kabir's call for equality is a rallying cry for change. It reminds us that true spirituality is not just about personal enlightenment, but also about standing up for the rights of others, advocating for a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. As we reflect on Kabir Das's teachings, it becomes clear that his philosophy is not just an ancient relic, but a living, breathing guide for our times. His messages of unity, simplicity, self realization, love, and social justice are as pressing today as they were in the 15th century. In a world often divided by differences, Kabir's vision of oneness invites us to embrace our shared humanity. In a society that often equates worth with wealth, his call for simplicity encourages us to seek fulfillment beyond material possessions. In a culture inundated with external influences, his emphasis on self-realization empowers us to trust our inner guidance. So as we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us carry Kabir's wisdom in our hearts. Let us strive to embody his teachings, to foster love and compassion in our interactions, and to seek the divine within ourselves and others. In doing so, we honor not just Kabir's legacy, but the very essence of what it means to be human, connected, compassionate, and ever evolving in our quest for truth.